Anyway, there we go. All right. Happy Tuesday. This is our goal back call for April 15th. So, excited to be here tonight. Um, I want to look at some things with you all, kind of have you all, if you want to unmute or put something in the chat. I want to have some conversations. And so, first things first, I want you to think about a strength that you have, whether it's um, as a mom or as a leader or as a friend. Drop maybe like one or two characteristics that is a strength of yours. Are you a good planner? Do you, great at being like type A checklist? Are you very loyal? Are you, I don't know, whatever they are. There's all kinds of characteristics that you can use to describe yourself. Are you more of a relationship builder? Do you make people feel seen and heard and loved? And do you do well with empathy? Or, what is it? That's what I would love. Yes, we know Ashley loves on others well, and Allison is a people person. I love that. See, sorry, I'm still letting people in too, chatting and doing all the things. Okay, there we go. Everybody in now. Okay. Planner, encouragement, creativity, caring and empathetic, trying to encourage, love for others, loyal and caring. I love all these. Showing compassion. Good. I definitely love to teach and encourage and inspire. I'm also very responsible, and that's like a lot of my type A personality. So if you're just joining us, just drop something that you're like one of your strengths. Morgan, including others, helping others, inspiring, planner, educate. All right, loyal, honest, a friend. So these are things that I want you to really focus on in your business because they are a strength. And when you focus on strengths, you can really do a lot of things, right? Because when you're not focusing on the negative things, we know it's always like moving forward in a positive. But I feel like a lot of times we focus on our weaknesses. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at that. Like this I can't do, or I can't do that, or I can't get this. And so that's where our thoughts go. And that's where you stay, I say stuck. And when you say stay stuck there, that's where you're you become your thoughts, right? We've all heard this, and you've probably heard this a million times. You are what you think. So if you think that you're not a leader, you're not going to be a leader. If you think that you can't get a business builder, you're not going to get a business builder, right? So it's all of these things that we're constantly ruminating on, right? And when you ruminate, it's those thoughts constant that you're just repeating to yourself. And that becomes your deep down, rooted in your gut belief. And so this is where we have to really kind of retrain your mind and change those thoughts and change those beliefs. And so, Inner Excellence is the book I'm reading right now, and he talks about the different parts of the mindset. And we have the devil that's always in our head, always telling us these things, right? We have this trickster in our head, and every time something maybe starts to go well, he's like, ha, 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 that's not gonna you're not gonna keep getting that. You're gonna lose that. Or every time you do something well, he takes it away, and your brain starts to believe all those negative thoughts again. So Inner Excellence is really good. I've had it on my list forever. And if you're an NFL person at all, you know it blew up when the Eagles player was reading it on the sidelines during a playoff game. Y'all, during a playoff game. Literally, there's a picture of him reading this book on the sidelines. Okay. It's a big one. I've been reading it for a while, but I'm telling you, like, this is like, I mean, just amazing, amazing stuff right here. So if you need a good book, I would read that. Um, so what I want you to do is I don't want you to always focus on your weaknesses. What I want you to do is find a way to kind of work your business in a way with your weaknesses in mind, but that it's not so prevalent and that it's not always in the forefront of your mind, but that it's more like, this is what I need to work on, and that's what I'm going to prove upon. Like, we know that I am a planner. I am type A. I do have the checklist. I have a checklist for my checklist. And when I forget that I needed to do something, I put it on the checklist and then I'm like, oh, look, check, I did it. Right? That's me. But is everyone on my team like that? No. So I can't expect everyone to just follow my lead because maybe they don't work that way. So that's when I have to be like, okay, if Ashley Rhodes is not like that, she's not a checklist person, she's not a type A, how can I meet her where she's at? And how can I help her, like, not become more like me, but how can I help her be more productive in her way? Right. So this is kind of like a leadership talk here because I feel like we're all like golds, we're all like senior silvers, and we're really working to be a, a business builder in ourselves and build a business. And so these are things that we have to kind of like really like focus on and hone in on as leaders. So that is where our talk is going to be tonight. So I want you to think there are different types of people on your team. You know, you've got the color personalities, but you've probably got more people who are like me and probably like Allie, the type A personalities. We're going to lay it all out there, right? It's going to be probably detailed. It's probably going to have a checklist and it's going to look a certain way, right? But then you've got like, I say like Andrea, but then she's going to just be like, okay, that's what we're doing on this day. Here it is. And you're just like, wait, what? I need like when, where, how, what, who. And so it's just different personalities. You've got people who are just here for the party. They're here for the community and that's all they want, right? They want to go to Dallas. They want to hang out. They want friends. Then you've got the people who are you're like more yellows and they're like, oh, we're so like we love everybody and we're just like here to help everybody. And yes, I make money, but like I don't tell people that because like I don't want people to think that I'm not helping them because I make money off of them, right? So and then you've got people who are kind of like a mix of all of it. And they're kind of like I'm ready to do this, but then they go to do it and they're like, oh crap, like I really don't want to do that because like what if they think something about me, right? What if they think I'm not helping them? And then you kind of have these people too who are like just stuck in that relationship building. Like they're like connecting all day long. They're like, I made so many friends. Like I'm meeting them at the park. Like we're working out together. But we've hung out for like 3 months and they have no idea I do Plexus. Can you all hear me? Because it is like straight chaos in my living room. Okay. I have a husband and a son who likes to play wiffle ball in my living room in the evenings. Okay. Okay. All right. So the relationship part is more like I'm gonna message them all day long about how pretty they are and I love their hair and I want to know where they got the dress with the pockets and all the things that like I'm not going to ever mention that I sell Plexus to them, right? So we all get stuck in these different like parts of our business, and I think I have been in all of these situations, right? I have gotten stuck in relationship building with people. I have gotten to the point where all I do is plan and it looks great on paper, but I haven't done shoes behind it, right? There has been zero action. It just looks beautiful on the paper. Okay. There's been zero action, none. And then I have been the person that's like, go, 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 go. I don't know what's happening in your life, but I know all of your points. I know where you're like your convention credits are, but like I don't know that your daughter didn't make the volleyball team, or I don't know that your son didn't make the basketball team because I haven't connected. And so like I think been in all of these situations. And I think a lot of times when your business is in momentum, it is hard to remember that like there's still people on your team and they still have life going on too. But then it's also like, okay, like maybe I've been the person who has been all friendship and I've not asked them about their Plexus business, right? Like, and then there's times like, again, all you're doing is Plexus and you've not asked them how their life is. So I think it's hard to kind of walk that line, but it is so important to have that community and to have those relationships with the people on your team, but to also to be their leader and to know like I'm here for business, like this is my income. I love you. Like, but at some point, like we got to like have a tough conversation. And I think sometimes those of us who are very empathetic and like those yellow personalities, we just don't want to have those tough conversations. But I can promise you, I was one of those people. I hated it. I would like keep it all down. I was like Emily Gibson talks about the balloon underneath the pool, and I would just push it down, push it down, push it down till it was like, and the volcano would explode. And then like I have like major regret for all the things that just vomited out of my mouth because I never was having communication, right? I was avoiding tough conversations, whether that was with team or my husband or the kids or whatever. So these are just things that I want you to kind of be self-aware of. And like, you kind of have to do like a check because you'll do good for a little bit and then you're like, and you like fall off and you're like, oh crap. Like me right now, I'm like, I really haven't connected with my team in a while. Like, I really don't kind of know what's going on there in their life. And that's where I maybe need to be. And then sometimes it's like, I'm all friendship and like I know everything that's going on in their life, but then I'm like, I have no idea how their business is. Have they even worked their business lately? I have no idea. So it's sometimes I think we get stuck in a certain, um, like just in one of those categories, I guess you would say. So I want you to think about where you are in your business. And you might be stuck in one of these situations. And I think that we can like fix it in a sense. So maybe you're a person who is stuck on task. You're very task oriented. Like maybe you are just like scheduling all of this, like all of these IPA things, and you're like really good at getting your IPA sheet done, and you're really good at helping your team be super productive, right? Maybe it's time that you peel back the onions a little bit and you dig deeper with your team. And it's not just like get their goals, but get what's going on in their life and help them be intentional in their business, right? Like dig in a little bit more. Because like if you don't know that they're not getting home until 7 p.m. from work, right? Like, and you're blowing them up at 2 p.m., like, and you're getting upset or whatever, like knowing where they are in their life, I think is super important. So culture will eat strategy for dinner. Okay. So remember that you're going to have people stay with you because of who you are and what we have here, like relationship wise. So strategy sometimes is not always going to be the best like thing. So just remember that. Okay. Be responsible with your team, stay focused, right? But also dig deeper. Sometimes we get stuck in the planning mode. We're planning Zooms, we're planning events, we're planning our, all of our vision boards, and we're doing all of this planning. But then you can have all of this stuff, but then there's no action behind it. So I want you to think if you are in that mode right there, and all you have been doing is writing down goals and you're planning out things, I want you to find a task that you can complete in the next 24 hours and push yourself forward. Because if you're stuck in that planning mode, sometimes you're avoiding the work and it's scary and your goals are big. And it should be scary, right? Because like we've got big goals here. I know you would not be here on an extra Zoom in the evenings if you did not want more for your life and for your family. Okay. And there are people in this company who make 20, 30, 40, 50, $60,000 a month. And so if you're just thinking that you want $500 a month, I'm telling you that you're playing way too small. I want you thinking about making $5,000 a month, $15,000 a month. And I want you to act like that person. If you're not following diamonds, active business building diamonds, I'm not saying like the old dried up crusty diamonds, I still love them, but I'm talking about like Jill Renfro, who's going for Jill 2.0 and a ruby rank on her second leg. Trisha Rager, right? Melissa Eichenhorst, Rebecca Falks, like people who are still in the thick of it, Emily Roberts, like with their teams and they're building still. Those are the people that you want to follow and you want to, I say, mock. Find someone who is your jam. Jill Renfro's my jam. Okay. She is my country. Like, I don't know, like if I lived in Texas, I feel like I would be Jill Renfro. Like, okay, because sister friend, you're going to have to get off your booty boo and get some work done, right? Like that's what she would tell you to do. So if you're stuck in that planning, I want you to go do action in the next 24 hours. Pick something that is going to move your business forward. That's not birthday messages. Birthday messages are not going to necessarily move your business forward. That's not income producing activity. I'm talking about having conversations about Plexus. That's where I want you to be having, right? And if you're stuck in relationship building, because we are connecting right now, a lot of us are trying to refill our funnel, right? We went through our warm market, we're adding new friends, we're connecting with new people. And so it's easy to get stuck in that relationship building because you're like, they don't know me. I don't want to be the cringy person who sends a cold message to someone, right? That's why you're connecting with them. And organically, I guarantee something is going to come up that you can bring up Plexus. It never fails that after a trip, somebody said something and like, say Vegas, and they're like, oh my God, I love Vegas. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just got to go there or whatever. Like it organically comes up when you're truly connecting with people, whether it's with their energy or their kids, and their kids are always sick, or, like you see them drinking Monster Energy drinks or whatever. Like a lot of times, all of that comes up so organically that you can say, oh my gosh, I used to drink Monster energy drinks too. And I found something, right, that got me off of those. Okay. That's not cringy. That's being legit. Like, let's get off the junk and get you on something better. So the yellow personalities who are always stuck or like always wanting to serve and help, you are serving, right? But I want you to remind yourself of what we have here. Okay. Because yeah, you are offering something to sell to them, but you're offering a transformation. You're a problem solver and you have something to offer them that changes their life and can add like more to their life because of the income, right? So think about that. If you're stuck in relationship building, you're stuck in that yellow, I'm a helper, I'm a server, like I'm serving, focus on the testimony part. Be a problem solver, find where they're struggling in their life, enter Plexus, right? And then sometimes like this is me too, like, oh, I'm just so worried about like inspiring. I'm gonna post my workout every day. Like all I'm gonna do is inspire and educate and encourage everybody. And I'm just gonna be the biggest cheerleader ever. And like I'm just gonna be in the team chat, like, yeah, girl, yeah, like let's go. Right. We've all been there too. I've been in cheerleader mode more than I can tell you. And I think that is like the teacher in me. Like, because like all day I'm like this. So if you're stuck in I want to motivate, I want to inspire, and I want to encourage. I want you to think about meaningful conversations. Because if we're just inspiring, all I'm doing is like, I'm just kind of plastering like info or like, look at me, like, I want to like help you do this kind of thing. And it takes a deeper like connection to really inspire someone, I think, right? To know their heart, to know their like their goals and like what's going on in their life. So a deeper connection. And so I think that is just more conversations, staying present with people and just like, I don't know, maybe you can inspire, but in a way where you're digging in with someone, right? Because I think that is where we kind of like lose focus. We kind of point the fingers like at us and we're inward focused, where in a sense that we can serve and connect and be outward focused. So not it's not all about me. And I think sometimes we have that focus too. Um, so I want you to think about these things and maybe where you are in your business. Maybe you're, like I said, you're stuck in the connections and relationship building. Maybe you're all in with the activity right now and you're really not like digging in with your team, or you're just like serving, inspiring and motivating. And maybe you just need to be more like, I don't know, like if you're posting all the time and it's inspiring, and I'm talking to myself as well, I'm trying to get back more into the storytelling part of it. Because yes, it's great that I come in and I work out or whatever, but it's also a story. There's a story somewhere, right? And you have a story to tell. And I guarantee just from one person, you can come up with what, 10 stories, right? Like I was on junk food all the time and drank Monster Energy drinks. I mommed from the couch. I didn't sleep, right? I was living paycheck to paycheck. Okay. The medical bills were piling up. Like I had a husband on night shift. And so I was basically single momming, working full time, exhausted. Right. So right there's just 6 different stories of transformations that I have. After I had Abram, I lost all care to take care of myself because I was doing all of these other things. Right. I was just surviving. So just take a piece of your story. Why do you work out every day now? Like, why? I work out every day now, not because I want to be skinny. Lord, honey, that's far, far from my life now, right? Like, that ain't me. I'm like entering perimenopause or something. I don't even know what's happening over here. But this life, like, I want to be 80 years old and running around with my great grandkids. Okay. That's what I want. That's why I lift weights. That's why I still walk. That's why I'm wearing weighted vests and doing vibration plates and wearing LED red light mask on my head. Like, I want to live long. That's a story to tell because some people may see my post and think how vain. All she's worried about is like her selfies and like getting skinny or whatever. Okay. There's a story to tell there, right? The income, there's a story to tell because we just joined the travel ball team at age 9, right? And I already paid $500 in membership fees and 4 uniforms. Okay. Not possible without what? Being here. Because I can tell you that teacher income, honey, is not paying that. And those people that do that, I wonder how they do that. I'd love to know your secret. So just think of what you have in front of you and really dig into it. Don't get stuck in something like in the swamp of the muck and the yuck of being a leader. Okay, we can get you out of it. It's just a conversation. Most of the time, it's a conversation. So when you're stuck on something, there is someone right here who I can guarantee can get you out of it or has related to it, right? Heidi last night was talking about her points. I'm like, amen, sister, we've all been there, right? How many times have we lost points? We've lost people. We've lost friends. Okay. Emily Roberts lost like majority of her team, right? Like almost her whole team. She was crying in her husband's lap. And he was like, why don't you just quit? And like she snapped up and she was like, do what? And she was like, right then and there, I was just like, light on, let's go, right? Let's move. So you're here for a reason. You chose to be here for a reason, right? Ashley even said, like her husband said the same thing as Heidi. Why are you sitting on all those calls for if you're not going to work that business and make any money? Why are you wasting your time? You're not only wasting your time, you're wasting your family's time and you're wasting your customers' time because you're half in and half out, right? I tell them all the time, excuse my language, it is time to shit or get off the pot, right? Okay, it is time to move. And we are in here to make moves. And that's where I have been this week. I feel like I've been like super silent, but it's like, it's just my wheels spinning. And like, I'm just like, I get in those, like in these modes. So like, I'm going to get stuck in this like productive mode here. So y'all just bear with me because it's about to be like game on. And when it's game on, like we're hitting like the pedals to the metal. And so spring is coming. People are going to be looking for better health because I guarantee it's going to hit 80 over the next couple days. And the mamas are going to be trying on them shorts and they're going to be like, they don't fit, right? So I know mine don't fit. So I'm in the category with them. So I'm okay. I'm just going to move up a size and move right along with it. It's fine and everything's fine. It's just that time. And you want people to look at you when they think, holy crap, my bank account is going to go into the negative. I need an extra job. I need extra income. I need to lose weight. How does Joyce do what she does? Right? You want them to think of you. Oh my God, brain slam. There you go. So, um, that's think about where you are. Okay. Think about where you may be stuck in your business. And we're going to like, we're going to get in the swamp with you, right? You can get in the swamp with me. We can hold each other accountable and we're going to do the things. We're not going to be worried if somebody thinks we're cringy. We're not going to be worried about Pam from high school, right? Because Pam from high school sucks anyways. So they, I have so many people that I could like really like just name right now. So anyways, I want you to, okay, I want to read these. Like, yeah, the Alani's, don't even get me started with the tea companies too, all the Herbalife things are about to make me vomit. Um, oh, okay, so posting about plexus on your feet. All right, Allison, will you unmute and tell us? I'm interested.
I just feel like I have like hit a block with like my creativity in my posts. Every time I like go to write one, I'm like, people aren't going to read that or they don't want to hear that or it feels not genuine. I just like have hit, I don't know, I've like hit a wall with it and like it lost all creativity. And so actually like recently I started using ChatGPT and I'm leaving for vacation tomorrow for like 10 or 11 days. So trying to make a plan for while I'm gone and try to come up with something creative. And it's actually like really helpful. I gave it some like good details, like description of what I was looking for. So it gave me some good ideas there. So I'm hopeful that this will kind of like jumpstart me back into it. And I think just like allowing life to get ahead of me and like being overwhelmed with work and school and kids and everything, being busy till 10 p.m. every night and just feel like all of that creativity was gone. Where I feel like before I was fairly creative, somewhat creative, I guess. And I just felt like recently I just haven't had that. So it's just been a little bit of a roadblock.
I think who's been there with Allison? You're like, not creative, nobody cares, not posting this, like nobody's reading it anyway, right? There's that trickster in our head that just made you believe all of those things. when probably you had something really amazing to share. So that's where sometimes I think the perfectionist comes out, and we're too worried about it sounding like a certain way or it being perfect or, whatever. Like, just like I've gone to the point where I like post, like, you know what, like all of it is not going to be like ever, right? Most of the time I'm like, this is so good. Zero, nothing, nothing. I'm like, okay, start over. All right, let's try this again. Like, okay. And then I post something stupid and it's like 100 likes. And you're like, okay, cool. That's great. Okay. So what I have done, and I think I told you all this on the first call. When I listen to like podcasts or anything in the car, like I'm like, oh, that's good. Like, and I just write it down. And I'm like, that could be a post, right? Like, and I have just like the chat GTP, like I have notes in my phone of just like a random stuff that you could turn into a post. I mean, even if it's something simple, right? Like just a little quote and you write a little blurb about it, right? Posting something half, you know what, is better than nothing, in my opinion. Like somebody may tell you otherwise, but in my opinion, getting something posted is better than nothing. Okay. So planning your posts are great. Okay. Chat GTP is great. You can get in there and again, like you can be like, busy teacher mom, doesn't get home until 10 p.m., twins, going on vacation for 11 days, write me post. Okay. Again, don't copy paste, but use it for your creativity. Walking outside in the sunshine. I don't know. Turn the music off. Okay. Wear headphones. I have to wear headphones because I don't want anybody to talk to me. Headphones, sunglasses, right? Because like I'm walking, don't want to talk. Um, most of the neighbors think I'm mom anyways, and they're like, "Hey Sheila," and I'm like, "Just keep walking." Um, like, okay, not sure to take that as a compliment or what, but that helps a lot. I don't know why, but I can like walk for like 10 or 15 minutes outside by myself in the sunshine, and it's just like the weight of the world comes off of me, right? Um, a little bit of silence every now and then. We are all scared of silence. I swear. I don't know why. I feel like we get a little like we don't know how to be bored, I guess. And if you kind of just be bored and let your mind kind of like go, like you will find a lot up there, right? You will like hear yourself think a little bit and just take time to see what you've got up there because it's good, right? People need to hear what you have to say. And so the next time that you think you're not creative, Allison, I want you to say to yourself, people need to hear what I have to say. Someone out there today is going to read this who needs to see it, right? And so, like I told you, that's one of my prayers before I work is that God puts people in my life for a reason, and He puts me in their life for a reason, and that He blesses the work of our hands on this team, and that He puts people where we need them, right? So, do we need a person as a business builder? Do we need a customer? Do we need a friend, right? And so sometimes those people are in our lives for a lifetime. Sometimes they're just in our life for a short season, right? But He has a plan. And so that's what I have to keep remembering is if one person sees it, that's all that matters, right? One person, change one life. That's our goal every time we do something, change one life, one person at a time, right? That's what we do. So does anybody have anything else to add? Heather, Allie, anything? Anybody have anything? Okay, my challenge for you, everyone on here, we've made a plan to do something. You wrote it down. You wanted to do it. You have 24 hours. So tomorrow night, I'll give you till 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Okay. And then once you've done it, you can drop it in the chat and we will celebrate you. We will be the cheerleaders for a moment. Okay. And we'll, yay. And then we're going to get back to like our productive, connecting, loving selves. So that's where we are, right? Find your strengths, hone in on them, and don't get stuck into these traps. Okay. Okay. All right. Think about it. Go do it. Bye, girls.